Hello everyone. As you know, my name's Thomas. My wife Milana, and my brother Ty, and our friend Natalie. Today I'm going to be talking about the social issue of abortion. It's a very big, prevalent issue in modern society, and it's been going on practically ever since the ancient world. Now, this is called the intentional murder of babies in order to reap some sort of lifestyle benefit. It's historically been called child sacrifice. We see this in the Old Testament. But today it's called healthcare. They sacrifice, their children for a better financial life, a better peaceful life, better lifestyle that they think that would be beneficial to them, without any regard to the life of the child. Now, researchers from Wyoming estimate that nearly 1/3 of Gen Z has been killed via abortion. Now, Gen Z is from 1997 to 2012, so that's a lot of people who were born in that span of time. It includes all of us. 1/3 of our generation has been aborted, and that is more than any kind of genocide that the world has ever seen. As members of Gen Z, we should all be concerned about the statistics of systemic genocide in our generation, especially when it's not talked about in our education systems or in the social platforms, or at least that it is. It's very highly snuffed out and very debated. Now, abortion is a worldwide injustice and slaughter of most innocent lives. This is the current understanding of people who are pro-life. Oftentimes, this is done by individuals who do not know any better or have a misunderstanding on the matter. A lot of people go around saying, well, they're not really human, they don't have thoughts or feelings, therefore it's just a clump of cells, and why not? It's not that big of a deal. But we know as Christians and people who recognize the reality of abortion, we know that this is an issue, and to solve this issue, education on the realities of abortion, the community groups which can be designed to aid the expecting mother, and the spreading of the gospel are essential to drastically reduce the number of children that are aborted each year. Now, when I say community help, I'm talking about church aid, NGOs, groups that get together and raise funds to approach these mothers in despair and distress and say, hey, we can financially help you. You do not have to murder this child that was created in the image of God. And that's the main issue. A lot of people, when you see videos talking to people who are about to abort their children, there's a large illiteracy in the general population on abortion, or those who particularly don't care about the issue. Now, there are many NGOs and groups that actually do education on this matter, and one of these is Live Action. It's run by a woman named Lila Rose. She's Christian, and she has done a lot to expose the realities of abortion and convince other people and raise a lot of funds to fight against it. Now, many women say, it's my body, my choice. But is it really? Body anatomy, and I'm quoting here, bodily anatomy is incredibly important, but bodily autonomy does not include permission to kill innocent human beings. Abortion is an intentional killing of a child through dismemberment, lethal injection, exsanguination, and starvation. This is from Live Action on their website. It's a clear violation of another person's body. Most people don't consider this perspective, as they're under the belief that babies in the womb aren't human, and therefore they don't deserve human rights. Now, the World Health Organization has cited that 73 million induced abortions happen worldwide. See this right here. This is from their own website. 73 million induced abortions take place worldwide each year. When you do the math, that is 12.2 Holocausts in 1 year. Now, the Holocaust is something that we were taught in our history books as the greatest genocide of mankind. Now, this is done 12 times in 1 year, estimated every year. It's a tragedy. At the moment of conception, the fetus, the baby, has a separate genetic code from the mother, and it's their own DNA. This DNA is 100% human, and human life or worth is not diminished based on development. Most people are ignorant of these facts and just assume abortion is okay because the baby isn't conscious or they're dependent on the mother. As for my second point, AIDS of all sorts can reach women who feel desperate and who feel as if they shouldn't have to abort their baby. They don't have to be in this alone, and they shouldn't be. Many community groups, such as churches and NGOs, like I've said before, like Live Action, are actively in support of mothers feeling as if they need an abortion. Now, over half of all mothers who have aborted their children, which is 56.7% to be exact, were all women in their 20s and have aborted a child due to financial situations such as an absent father or a poor lifestyle. I'm going to show you another visual aid. As we see right here, it's about to pop up. This is a graph from Live Action on their website. It shows you the statistics on the ages of the mothers who abort their babies. 8.5 is 15 to 19 years old, which is one of the shorter or smaller demographics. But the largest one that takes up, like I said, 56% is from 20 to 29 years old. Now that is during a stage in life where most people feel the most financially helpless, as a lot of people don't really have help with their financial situation, and they usually start out on their own. As for my third point, the spreading of the gospel is essential for the mother to realize that every baby is created in the image of God and is valued and loved by Him, and that aborting that baby would be murder of the innocent in the eyes of God. God told the prophet Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." That was from Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. It is clear that God values humans even before they're in the womb, which is monumental. In the Gospel of Luke, it's written, "When Elizabeth heard the greeting of Mary, the baby," which is John the Baptist, "leaped in her womb." It is clear that the baby, John the Baptist, recognized Mary in the fruit of her womb when they were entered in Elizabeth's abode. The idea that babies in the womb aren't human or valuable contradicts these sacred writings on a cosmic level, and the argument assumes that Jesus wasn't a human in the womb. If babies don't achieve their humanity until they're out of the womb, then Jesus wasn't a human in the womb. This is an age-old Gnostic heresy that was settled by the church in the 2nd century, concerning Jesus' nature. In conclusion, the wide-scale education of the dark realities of abortion, financial and spiritual aid to mothers struggling by church groups or NGOs, and the sharing of the gospel and God's truth are essential to drastically reducing the rate at which babies are murdered via abortion. Thank you.